Who's ready for another unhinged client story? Thank you, Tiffany. I'm going to use your name for this one. So this one was actually a couple months ago, and it was pretty interesting. And I thought how weird of an experience this was. And do people actually really think like this? It's pretty wild. Be out there, I'm just saying. So Tiffany comes in for her session and she brings the team coffee. And she didn't tell us that she was bringing coffee. She just, sometimes people bring us treats and stuff like that. It's so sweet every time. So she brings us coffees. She also brings with coffees a bag of coffee beans, huge bag of beans basically. And I noticed that it's a dark roast, which I am not the biggest fan of dark roast, but obviously I didn't say that to her, so I mean whatever. But it's so sweet of her to even think of that, and she brought me beans, and I think it's because she knows I love coffee so much. So it was so sweet, and in the moment I was like, oh, that's really kind, thank you. And so I was thinking, oh, okay, well my husband loves dark, so I mean maybe my husband will have some. Anyway, so we get her into hair and makeup, we get her started, we say thank you, whatever, and then they're in hair and makeup, and then once we are done with hair and makeup, me and Amy come and get Tiffany to take her through the wardrobe part of the process. So tell me why when she was done with hair and makeup that Tiffany looked at me and she goes, I see you haven't opened the bag of beans yet. Was there something wrong with them? I was like, I'm sorry, what? I'm like, no, oh gosh, no, thank you so much, that's so kind. I just, obviously I'm waiting till I get home to, have a cup for tomorrow morning maybe. And she goes, oh, my intention was for you to use them now, make a cup of coffee now. And I thought that was odd because she brought us coffee. So you expected me to drink a coffee that you brought me and make some with the beans that you what? But the other part that I thought was weird was I don't have a coffee grinder. I don't have a grinder for my beans at the studio. I just bring coffee to the studio. So I don't have a grinder. Even if I wanted to make some, I couldn't. So I told her that. I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I don't have a grinder here, so I can't, even if I wanted to, I can't make a coffee right now with beans. And she was like, I thought you liked coffee. And I'm just sitting here going, what is the big deal? But I was like, oh, well, yeah, no, I love coffee, but obviously I just don't have a grinder here. I can't what do you want me to do? Suck on the beans? What do you want from me? So she just kind of brushed it off, but she was you could tell she was offended. She was like, okay, I mean, my intention was for you to be able to have some right away, but okay, I guess whatever, let's just keep going. Anyway, so we get through, so I'm like, okay, whatever, that was weird, but let's move on. So then we went through the closet with her, we got her outfits picked out, we did her session itself, and as she was leaving, she made another comment. She goes, yeah, well, if you just end up not liking the beans because it looks like you don't like them, you can always, I guess, just give them back to me at the image reveal. She was damn offended that I didn't open up the bag of beans and grind them there at the studio and then make a cup of coffee. And then at her image reveal, she's like, so do you like the beans? Or are you gonna give them back? And I really didn't think she was gonna ask, but I was like, I don't know what you wanted me to say. And I said, I will gladly buy you a bag of beans if you want me to replace the beans that you got me. No issues whatsoever. But the fact that you are so strung up over this, I am so sorry. I didn't mean to offend you. I don't have a grinder at the studio and I don't know what else you want me to say. So then she was just like, yeah, okay, whatever. I mean, excuses are excuses. I'm like, it's not a damn excuse. She literally said that to me and I was like, okay, I'm done. So I just stopped answering anything that she said about the beans, and I was like, I'm just done talking about this, so let's just get your order figured. It was just a really weird interaction, and that was the whole thing, but it was just really strange, a little unhinged.